YouTube, welcome back to the channel, man. It's your man, Mr. Martin 405, back with another video, man. And today, man, we checking out a couple shops, trying to finish up this interior in the Corvette. So, got pretty much everything done. Still got to drop my seats and my visors off, which I may touch base with old boy in the next couple days. Outside of that, heading to the to a shop to see if I can find me some suede material. Traffic. Find me some suede material to redo my headliner in the Vette, man. I want to try to find some suede that matches the rest of my interior. Seems to only be a few places here in Oklahoma. So, heading to Gibson Trim Supply. We got a little bit of everything. I was out there once before trying to find some more material, which a lot of my material I went with vinyl instead of leather, which lesson learned. I'll know for the next project that I do to go with leather. Like I said, you know, anybody that does interior, you already know this. Again, I've never done interior, but this is my first project, but it won't be my last. So any interior work I do in the future, I'll definitely use leather and not vinyl. I mean, vinyl is cool, but like they say, the pros to using leather versus vinyl, leather is more forgiving when it comes to trying to get in curves. You can stretch it more. Vinyl doesn't really have stretch to it, so trying to get into certain areas, into little curves, works much better if you have leather. So, like I said, checked out there before. They have, man, variety of different materials, different colors, carpets, you know, leather, vinyl. So I'm hoping they have the suede that I need. Trying to put my thoughts together, and it worked on me. But yeah, trying to go out here, man, check and see if I can find that. So outside of getting my carpet in, getting my seats and my visors done, and trying to check and see if I can make some things happen with this, with this headliner. See if I can get that headliner in suede in the same color. Debating on if they don't have the red, I may go ahead and just do it in black. But my first choice, man, will be to get that in that same color red. So we'll see if they have that red, man. So out in traffic trying to get this knocked out, man, and trying to make final decisions on paint, which I think I have finished up, or made my final decisions on what I'm gonna do as far as paint is concerned. You're out here building cars, man. These decisions change repeatedly. Like I said, I've been back and forth several times, but I think I decided and narrowed it down to what it is that I'm gonna go with as far as exterior color. I actually need to head to a couple different paint shops. I may actually go pick up my paint for the outside, but then as far as some of my trim pieces on the outside, as far as the headlight covers and a few other things, I'm gonna try to match that red on the interior there as well. So out taking care of a couple things, man. Trying to maneuver in this traffic. Some of these folks don't know how to drive, bro. Stay over there in your lane, boss. That's what I'm going to need you to do. Yeah, out and about, trying to get these things taken care of. Try to see when we have some more car events coming up, man. It's approaching the end of car show season. now is the time to go into full throttle, man, to try to get this Corvette done, so therefore I can be ready for next car show season. So I plan on dropping the Vet off to get painted sometime early to late November, early December at the latest. So that's my goal. If I can get that knocked out, because like I said, the interior is pretty much wrapped up, you know what I mean? So get those few things knocked out, and then make my final decisions on rim size and the kind of rim that I'm gonna go with. So I sent the rim that I was looking at and that I was about to pull the trigger on to a shop in Dallas. So I'm gonna have to do some more research as far as that is concerned, because they were saying that they have it, but that offset may not work with my vehicle, even though the site that I was looking at guarantees the fitment and all that other kind of stuff. So somebody don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, man, I'm make my way out here, this trim shop, focus more on traffic, because some of these people act like they just got their driver's license. So I'm gonna focus on that, man. Be right back when we get to the trim shop.
I think it's on order, but I've been slow getting stuff shipped.
All right, man. So, no luck there. Said it is on order. Be a couple weeks. Couple weeks before they get it in. Excuse me. Which, like I said, I was almost kind of thinking of going with black, but the more I talk with the guy in there, more I talk with the guy in there, like, yeah, black would be cool, but I would probably be the only cat that would actually notice that I've done the headliner in suede if I do it in black. So I think I'm gonna go red, stick with the theme that I already have going in there, be consistent with how I'm already doing things. So guess I'll have to wait another couple of weeks to get this done. So, man, I was hoping that was another project I can get knocked out right now, but guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, man, so we made it back to the house. Couldn't really find material that I wanted, so like I said, it's on order, but it may be another 2 weeks before they get it in. So I just decided to wait on the red. I'm actually gonna do it right instead of rushing, and just put some in there that I'm not gonna be happy with in the long run, because again, if I were to put the black suede in there, you would never really be able to tell that I changed that. Plus, I think that red would just go better with everything else that I got going on the interior, as far as everything else that I've already done. I mean, like the guy was saying at the upholstery shop, he's just like, you know what I mean, it'll go much better with the theme that you already got going on. So I'm gonna check back in maybe a week and a half, maybe 2. He said that was one of the more popular colors, red, peanut butter, and there was another color that he said that they had on order that pretty much they can't really keep in the shop, because so many people are restoring cars and those are the colors that they go with. He said it was a crazy amount of grays that they had. I mean, there was like at least 18 or 19 different colors of gray. And he was like, I don't know why you need that many different shades, because a lot of those were the same color. So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned. Most definitely be back with y'all with that project. especially with a step-by-step, trying to get things knocked out on that, get that top pulled off, get that interior pulled off of there, and or get that headliner pulled off of there and get the new one installed. So in that way, if you were thinking about redoing yours, say yours is tore up, which mine is still decent, but I mean, I'm touching everything else in there. I might as well have that be one of the things that I redo. So appreciate y'all for continuing to watch, man. For everybody that has liked, comment, shared, subscribe, continue to do so, man. And I have more content on the way. Till the next video. Peace. Yeah. And that's why I kind of been trying to do a little bit of this on my own, because like I said, it feels a little bit different when you actually do the work yourself. You know, appreciate it a little bit more. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm about on the tail end. I think the last things I have to do now is my padding and the carpet and all of that stuff back in. And ready to put the seats and stuff back in there. Be good to go.
So, like, what all have you done to it?
Well, I pulled all the old carpet and padding and all that stuff out of there. Put some Dynamat down, kind of getting the sound in there a little bit.
Sound in there.
Pulled pretty much all of the interior. I did all of my pillar posts, the dash pad, all of the pretty much all the plastics in there.
So you did all that yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Actually, being the first time too, I was like, well, might as well redo it, because I wanted to go back with the original color in there, but you know, those are so color specific, and it was kind of the color that they call it's like a flame red, and I was like, it'd be hard to try to match that same color that was. All right, man. So I was actually going to end the video on that note, you know, waiting until material got into the shop that I'd actually went to, checked back after 2 weeks. They still didn't have it. Said it was going to be another 2 weeks. I actually searched a little bit more online and found this place, which is actually a lot closer to where I live. I don't have to drive all the way to the other side of town. So that's a plus. On top of, they had in stock what it is that I needed. And they have a huge roll of it. So if I decide to do a couple of other things in Suede, they got me. Also on top of that, like I said, still got to get the carpet to go in there. Just planning on going with a straight black carpet. They also have a relationship with the company that makes the carpet that I was going to order. He was like, I can probably do a whole lot better than what it is that it was going to cost me for the carpet. So key is stay patient. Do your research. What you need may fall in your lap. If it doesn't, of course, you got to pull the trigger and do what you got to do. But in my experience, man, doing my research and actually taking my time and actually being patient has paid off more than you know. So not only did I find material that's going to go on my headliner, I'm actually going to be able to get my carpet much cheaper than I anticipated. So, bruh, Corvette's coming together, man. Anyway, y'all stay tuned, man. Much more content on the way. Pulling the Targa top off, pulling the old headliner out, getting that all cleaned up, getting my headliner done, and then trying to drop my padding off to get my seats and my visors reupholstered. Because of course I haven't done that, don't have a sewing machine, and I'm not even going to attempt that. A lot of this other stuff, hey man, I can do that myself, which it's all been coming out pretty good thus far. You feel me? Doing my dash pad, my pillar posts, all the rest of my other plastic pieces in there that I've done. Trying to touch up my door panels that didn't get 100% done as I anticipated them being done. I don't even want to talk about that very much more because, bro, that's still that bull. But anyway, for this to be my first build, man, a lot of this stuff is coming out way better than anticipated. You know what I mean? I kind of cut some of my previous footage a little bit short. But like the guy was saying when I was leaving, like, bro, you would think that it was done professionally. He was like, some guys have brought some stuff in here and you can tell they did it themselves because it was that bad. So feel like I'm doing pretty good, man. And as time continues to go on, you know, continue to not only build this car, but as I get into future builds, y'all stay tuned. Continue to hit that like button, continue to share, and subscribe, man, if you haven't already. Try to continue to bring y'all content on a more consistent basis. Bro, some exciting stuff on the way. Y'all stay tuned. Till the next video, man. Peace. All right, man. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for another video. Like I said, still got to get my carpet and stuff back in here, but today, pulling this old headliner up out of here. I'm more or less pulling the top out and getting the headliner out, getting a new one in there. For those of y'all who don't know, if you have a C4, you understand, as well as you know the information, but top comes out, which I still gotta kind of get these little areas glued back, but I still gotta get my visors done, get them put back in here. But in these areas, I gotta glue that back right there. I had that cut. This one's for the visor, and then this one right here is where the other screw is. That's how this top comes out. Instead of having it like the Trans Am or some of the Camaros, to where they just had a latch that you turn to open it. Of course, Corvette had to be a little bit different. So it's a screw here, one on that side, and then two back here in the back. So you got these back here, which of course the car came with a little ratchet. So we gonna, came with a little ratchet. Get these screws out of here, get this top out of here, and get this thing broke down so I can get this pulled off, get my new material up there, suede out this roof, man. You know what I'm talking about? All right, man, so this is a little ratchet. Came with the joints. I'm gonna grab this joint and get these screws out of here and get started on this top. All right, man, wish I could have got this footage on tape, but it's fairly simple. So if you're deciding to redo yours, you just got to get you something like this, a little pry tool, and really just get up under that corner so you can pry the whole headliner out, because if not, you're going to have little pieces like this that you didn't necessarily get. But as you can see, everything else came out the way it was supposed to. Well, except for, no, everything came out of that corner. This is where it kind of got stuck over here. But all that's smooth. I may or may not have to get a little bit more of that adhesive in here to really help it stick. But the way that this rail kind of hugs the headliner in there, it just kind of pops back in there. Debating on whether or not kind of want to touch up some of this before I get this back in here. It's not looking too good. So I may take off a couple of these components and at least get a thin layer of vinyl paint or just some matte black put on there, which I'm gonna have to replace these weather stripping panels. These are all broken up, which I still got to order all my weather strip anyway. But around these areas, It don't look too good in here. I may get this touched up before I put all this back in here. And then all this will pretty much peel up the way it's supposed to. I was actually leaving the foam a little bit, but I'm glad I went ahead and pulled it because the material that I'm going in here with has its own foam. Plus, this was kind of coming loose, so I didn't want my headliner to be hanging down some. So once you get all that old headliner pulled off of there, and this is what you're left with. So I'm gonna have to scrape this adhesive and stuff off of here. All right, man, so we've already started the process. Man, with building cars, sometimes you kind of forget to hit the record button and get your footage, but you want to jump into the project. Plus, I kind of looked at it like I just want that long process of getting the old adhesive off, getting all, scraping all that old adhesive off, so in that way my material can stick the way it's supposed to. But yeah, man, I'm about to jump on, get my adhesive down, get my material on there, and make it that process on there, so then that way y'all can see how it is that I'm going about doing this. Plus, I also gotta kind of do a little bit of work on my targa top, because where the screws come loose right in here, first I'm gonna have to try to get them up out of there. I think that's Allen wrench. And then this one over here, looks like they tried to get it out, but of course had no luck. So I'm gonna have to pull that and get that drilled out, get that screw out of there. So I can get this old weather strip off of here, get some of these other components off of here, so I can get this touched up before I get my material on there. So I'm gonna get my headliner ready, but I'm not gonna get it on there just yet. I'm gonna actually get all of my headliner together, but you see all of my extra stuff there. And get these pulled off, get some of these other pieces touched up. So then that way, the top looks a whole lot better than it does, and then it'll go much better with everything else on the interior. So I'm gonna jump on that, get the rest of my material put up, so then therefore I take that when I take my other material to get my seats and my visors done. Material over here. Son's Range Rover, of course. Yeah, my seat pads over here. So gotta get all of this pulled off. Get this reupholstered this same color. So everything will match up. The rest of my interior done. Get her off the paint. On to the next process. Now, again, I've had a couple comments and discussions with people. Again, everybody has their own way of doing things. Some might say, oh man, going with a 20-inch rim, that's too big on there. Again, it's your opinion. You got a certain look that I plan on going with. I'm completely rebuilding the car, something that I'm going to be driving. Don't plan on selling it. Here's what it is. You have your purists who love the car to be factory, don't want to change anything, want to go back with, if something breaks or wears out, they want to put the original parts back on there. It's cool. Not the route that I'm going. So, it is what it is. I appreciate and respect, other people's opinions, but this is just the route that I'm going. You know what I mean? Be popping up at car shows, that type of thing. Again, it's my vision. Your vision is different. By all means, respect that. That's cool. But, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell y'all, hey man, don't be commenting on my videos and don't nobody care what you like. Yeah. Everybody has their own opinion, has their own taste. Continue to be you. let this tack up for just a minute and then get this joint applied. Get this part done. Like I said, get that taken apart. Probably just put all that in this one video, so then that way you'll know how to take yours apart if you're having to deal with the same issues with these screws, some of these components being old. Excuse me. And know how to get it apart and get it back together. But just another step in the process of trying to get this car done, as well as got a couple other things I need to get done to the Durango, so I have y'all be along for that. All right, man, so most of the way done. Got my adhesive laid my material on there. It adhered pretty good, so we shall see the finished product here in a minute. And then once I get it slapped back into my target top, once I get done working on that, which again, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get these screws out of here to get this all weather stripping off and to touch up the top of this target top, maybe with a little bit of this fabric spray or this vinyl spray. I may have some more matte black over there. Kind of get that together. We'll see. I may mess with it. I may not. I may just have to wipe it down. But anyway, got my ends cut. So now I just have to go around these edges, see how she looks once I get everything buttoned up. But yeah, man, it's holding pretty good. Other side looks pretty decent as well. She's coming along. Hopefully it'll fade down just a little bit. And this is just a little bit brighter than I needed it to be as far as what the interior looks like. But again, you're not gonna get a perfect match on a lot of these colors, but it's close enough. So we'll see the finished product here in a minute. So y'all stay tuned, bro. All right, man. So after having to take a much needed break, working on this target top, trying to get all this stuff situated, ran to the tag agency, had to get the tag for the Durango, and of course put in the order for my personalized tag to go on the vet. But man, I had to take a break because I would kind of rather have issues with the top and not any of this. Because like I said, this went on perfectly. So all I got to do is kind of just pop this back in there and we good to go. Which of course I'm gonna throw some adhesive on the target top itself and on the back of there. So in that way it just kind of gives it a little bit of extra support. Because as this sits, there was a little bit up here. So I'm gonna probably kind of scuff this down, kind of wipe it down. Get the rest of this off of here, scuff it, wipe it down, and once I scuff it and wipe it down, spray a little bit more of that adhesive, just kind of like in the center and around some of the edges a little bit, and get that stuck back in here. But I'll probably be masking this off. I need to sand that up too. Masking this off, or these areas like this. Over there on the other side, these little areas right here where these screws are. If I can get that to focus over there. These areas here, get all of that masked up. And get this stuff sprayed so it looks better once I put it in there, which if I don't do that today, maybe tomorrow, so that way it gives it time to set up and cure. I don't have to worry about getting any of that paint or any of that stuff on my headliner. So, which I'm not in a rush to get all that put back in there, so it may be next week sometime before I get that put back in there. But of course to y'all, it'll look like I painted it and dropped it back in there, of course with video editing and all that good stuff. I also have to, all right man, so we reached the time to throw the headliner back in here. So let's apply a little bit of this adhesive, get this headliner in here, man, and see how it looks. See how this go. And try to mainly get it in the middle, because when I pulled it out, that's where most of the adhesive was, in the middle, and a little bit in the corners. But with the material on there, it's gonna kind of stick more in these corners anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. So. All right, man, so there we have it. Not too bad, man. Especially for a do-it-yourself project. Now we'll let this cure a little bit more, get it back on the roof, and get a view from the inside, especially see how it matches up with the rest of the interior. Yeah, man, so kind of came out pretty good. It's another project in the books. Still got a couple things to tie up in here, but she coming together. Coming together.